If you are new to our channel, then please subscribe to our channel. Let's begin. The story begins on a bright morning in a quiet coastal town. A beautiful girl named Emma wakes up early, gets dressed neatly in her school uniform, and walks out of her tidy little room with a bright smile. Emma is one of the most popular students at her school, smart, kind, and surrounded by friends. Across town, another alarm rings. But the boy on the other side couldn't be more different. His name is Dean. Lazy, messy, and always late, he drags himself out of bed long after the sun has risen. His father, Jack, keeps shouting from the kitchen, "You'll be late again, Dean." Get moving. But Dean, half awake, brushes his teeth and jumps straight to playing video games. Meanwhile, Emma's mother, Barbara, drops Emma and her younger sister, Stacy, at school. Emma meets her best friends in the courtyard, cheerful Liz and playful Leah. They're chatting and laughing when Stephen, one of the handsome boys in class, walks up and says, "Hi, Emma." The girls instantly start teasing her. In class, Mr. Christensen, their homeroom teacher, announces an upcoming field trip. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. sharp, the school bus leaves for Trinity Island. Everyone must be on time. Just as he finishes, Emma rushes in, late, and right behind her, Dean bumps into her accidentally. "Sorry, princess," he says sarcastically. The whole class laughs. Emma just rolls her eyes and takes her seat. Liz leans over and whispers, "I heard Dean's only coming on the trip because his dad paid for it." Emma ignores her, but the gossip continues through lunch. During the break, Dean sits alone, cutting an apple with a small knife. Miss Collier, another teacher, spots him and scolds him for bringing a knife to school. "Principal's office, now," she orders. Everyone watches as Dean walks away. Liz smirks. "Emma should stay away from boys like him," she whispers. The next morning, Emma is excited. She thanks her parents for letting her go on the trip and runs out with her bag. Dean, on the other hand, complains to his father, "I don't even want to go." But Jack reminds him, "After all the trouble you caused, I fought to get you a place." "Don't waste it reluctantly," Dean agrees. Soon, the students gather near the school bus. Stephen greets Emma again with a smile, while Liz giggles from behind. The trip begins. Laughter, chatter, and music fill the bus. When they reach Trinity Island, the tropical beauty takes their breath away. Clear blue water, palm trees, and the sound of waves. Miss Collier tells everyone, "Enjoy yourselves by the pool for a while, but be back before dinner." Emma and her friends dive into the pool, splashing and playing. Stephen joins them, making everyone laugh. Up on the balcony, far away from the crowd, Dean watches silently. He doesn't fit in with the rest. That evening, Liz rushes to Emma's room. "Stephen's invited us to a party, on a local boat." Emma hesitates. "I don't think we should..." But her friends insist until she finally agrees. At the party, bright lights and loud music fill the air. Emma searches for her friend Helen, but suddenly freezes. Stephen is kissing another girl. Her heart sinks. She turns away, tears welling up. From a distance, Dean sees the whole thing. "Looks like your boyfriend's having fun," he says casually. Emma snaps, "Mind your own business." Before either can say more, the sound of sirens cuts through the night. Police boats surround them. Officers shout, "Everyone out!" We've had reports of students using drugs. Panic erupts. In the chaos, Emma slips and falls overboard. Dean doesn't think twice. He dives in after her. He pulls her up and manages to get them both into a small lifeboat tied to the main vessel. To avoid trouble, he cuts the rope. "We'll go back once things calm down," he says. But minutes later, a storm brews. The waves rise, lightning flashes, and their little boat is tossed violently. They cling to each other as darkness swallows them. Morning comes. The sea is calm, but they're lost, adrift somewhere in the Arabian Sea. Dean's phone is soaked, useless. Emma checks hers, but there's no signal. "We should have stayed near the party boat," she mutters. "Relax," Dean says. "Someone will find us." Hours later, Emma spots land in the distance, an island. They paddle toward it, struggling against the waves, until finally, exhausted, They collapse on the sandy shore. They search for help, but there's no one around, just trees, birds, and silence. Dean finds a flare gun on the boat and keeps it, just in case. Back at the hotel, Mr. Christensen panics after realizing Emma and Dean never returned. Liz tells Miss Collier, "I last saw Emma at the party. Maybe she went off with someone." When attendance is taken, both names are missing. The teachers inform the police, who begin a search. But as one officer says, if they're lost at sea, it might be difficult. Their parents are devastated. Jack and Barbara, along with Emma's father Phil, rush to the school demanding answers. But there are none. Meanwhile, on the island, Emma and Dean wander deeper inland. They find a stunning waterfall glistening in the sunlight. Dean smiles. "At least it's beautiful." Emma frowns. "Beautiful? We're stranded. I was supposed to work on my project for Princeton University. My future's slipping away." Dean sighs. "We'll find a way." Just breathe. Hours later, when they return to the shore, their boat is gone, swept away by the tide. Only a life jacket remains. Night falls. Exhausted, they build a small fire. Emma shivers, so Dean hands her his shirt. They sit close, staring into the flames. "Maybe our parents are already looking for us," she whispers. "They are," Dean says softly. "They won't stop until they find us." Morning. Emma wakes early and uses stones to write SOS in giant letters on the sand. When Dean finds her, he laughs. "What are you doing?" "Trying to survive," she says. Dean goes for a swim to clear his head, while Emma looks for fresh water. Back on the mainland, police find the empty boat and tell the families, "We're still searching." Jack, frustrated, says he'll hire a private rescue team, but they urge him to wait. On the island, Emma feels uneasy, as if someone's watching them. They build a small hut from palm leaves, gather bananas, and start adjusting to survival. Days pass. The heat is unbearable, and Emma cuts her jeans into shorts to stay cool. That night, as they sleep in the hut, Dean turns toward her in his sleep, and his hand rests gently on her arm. Emma doesn't move. For the first time, she feels safe. Days blend into weeks. Emma bathes at the waterfall while Dean keeps watch nearby. She tells him she feels like someone else is on the island. "Relax," Dean laughs. "It's just us." Back home, the news reports declare the two officially missing, presumed dead. Barbara cries every night, while Jack and Phil refuse to give up. They hire helicopters to search the sea, dropping flyers with Emma and Dean's pictures. On the island one evening, Dean finds a human skull near the woods. Emma screams. "He must have been stranded like us," she says, terrified. Dean comforts her. "He could have been a fisherman. We won't end up like him." Our parents are out there that night as thunder rumbles in the distance. Dean kisses her. It's Emma's first kiss, hesitant, trembling, but real. The storm outside grows wilder, rain pouring down, and she laughs for the first time in days. Morning light breaks through. Emma wakes alone. She searches frantically until she finds Dean digging something near the forest. "What are you doing?" she asks. "Just making sure we have somewhere to hide supplies," he says, smiling. She trips and scrapes her knee, and he quickly tends to her wound. Later, under the waterfall, he opens up. "My mom died in a car crash," he admits. Emma listens quietly, eyes softening. Rain begins to fall again, and they dance together, carefree, lost in the moment. Weeks turn into a month. The authorities give up. After 1 month, there's no sign of survival, the news announces. But Barbara refuses to believe it. She and Jack fly out again, distributing leaflets, begging for leads. Back on the island, life has become routine. They bathe in the ocean, pick fruits, watch sunsets. Dean tells Emma about the green flash, a myth his mother used to share. When the sun sinks, just before it disappears, you might see a green spark. "I've never seen it though," Emma smiles. "Maybe we will." They've grown close, partners in survival, and maybe more. Every storm, every challenge draws them tighter. One evening, Emma shyly asks, How was your first time with someone? Dean laughs. She was older, a friend from school. Emma blushes, admitting it was all new to her. They tease, laugh, and share quiet moments that only two people cut off from the world could understand. Then one afternoon, while foraging, they hear a distant plane. Both run toward an open clearing. Dean searches for the flare gun, but it's missing. The plane passes overhead before they can signal it. Frustrated, they search the hut. Still no flare gun. Someone's been stealing our things, Emma insists. We're not alone. More days pass. Hope fades. Maybe we should stop waiting, Emma whispers. Maybe this is our home now, Dean replies. That night, strange noises echo from the jungle. Dean grabs a stick and goes to investigate. Emma follows. Suddenly, a black panther leaps from the darkness. Dean fights back fiercely, and after a desperate struggle, kills it with a knife. They collapse together, breathing hard, shaken but alive. From that day, they change. They hunt, fish, and build stronger shelter. They stop talking about rescue. This island, wild, dangerous, beautiful, becomes their world. Weeks later, Emma feels dizzy and starts vomiting. Dean looks worried. Are you pregnant? She denies it, blushing. No, maybe it's just something I ate. As they rest, something unexpected happens. Their lost belongings fall from above. Looking up, they see a monkey in the tree, tossing their stuff, and in its hand, the missing flare gun. Emma quickly holds up a banana. The monkey drops the gun. At that very moment, a faint helicopter sound fills the air. Dean shouts, "They're here!" Emma grabs the flare gun, aims at the sky, and fires. A red burst lights up the clouds. The helicopter circles back, spotting them. After 3 long months, Emma and Dean are rescued. At the airport, their families wait, crying with relief. Cameras flash as the 2 survivors step out, thinner and tanned but smiling. Barbara hugs Emma tightly. Jack embraces Dean. Life slowly returns to normal, but things aren't the same. Dean visits Emma that night. Feels weird being back, he says softly. Yeah, she nods, like the world's too loud. He leans in to kiss her, but she steps back. My parents keep checking on me every 10 minutes, she laughs nervously. You should go for now. There's a party tomorrow to celebrate. Come, okay? The next evening, everyone gathers for the celebration. Emma's parents thank the crowd for their prayers. Dean stands quietly in the corner, uncomfortable among the flashing lights and chatter. Stacy, Emma's sister, walks over. Why aren't you joining everyone? Dean shrugs. Crowds aren't really my thing. From across the room, he catches Emma's eye and gestures for her to come outside. But she looks away. Hurt, he leaves the party quietly. Days pass. Emma becomes a local celebrity. Interviews, magazine stories, attention everywhere. Dean fades into the background, once again invisible. Whenever they pass each other at school, they share a silent glance. Nothing more. One night, Emma calls him. He doesn't answer. Later, Stacy goes into Emma's room. We missed you so much, she says softly. Mom and Dad thought you were gone forever. I'm just glad you're back. Emma smiles and hugs her. You're the best sister ever. Together, they decide to go to the prom party that night. Across town, Dean visits his mother's grave, laying flowers quietly. You'd have liked Emma, he whispers. She saved me too. That night, as rain falls outside, Jack asks, Want to wear my coat to the party? Dean hesitates, then nods. At the prom, music fills the hall. Emma arrives with Stacy, laughing. Liz spots them and says, Emma, there's a surprise waiting for you. She leads her outside, where, in the rain, stands Dean, wearing his father's coat, waiting silently. Emma freezes. In that single moment, memories of the island flood back. The storms, the laughter, the fear, the warmth. She walks up to him slowly. Neither speaks. Then, with tears in her eyes and a smile on her face, she leans in, and they kiss under the falling rain. And thus the story ends.